When you come upon a sculpture that's life-size or competitive with your scale, and having a little bit of movement in that, a little shift, makes us all sort of feel like, we want to straighten up. We want to see what's wrong there. How is that imbalanced? I love using that just a little bit on the edge because it cues the viewer in to my feeling of being unsettled, to my feeling of flux, and is this in balance or not? And certainly in the piece, we're going to need a bigger boat. I use that in a very big way. I use the completely precarious nature of the home perched on a boulder and then a giant whale on the top of the home. It looks like it's about to tumble. It looks as if it were going to fall at any moment and you needed to capture it and rescue it. That was what I was in my life in those 6 to 8 months I built that piece. When I got to these teen years and there was all this outside world coming into my world that I created with my family, it wasn't like a hot bath and some hot cocoa would soothe everyone's fears and anxieties anymore. And I came to a place where I felt like I didn't have the toolbox to fix things at home. So then I used very specific images, objects, to sort of articulate that unsettling feeling. So a boulder, a house on a boulder, it doesn't even look comfortable. It looks as if it would slide off if you let it. But the boulder is an unsettling beginning. It's strong and seemingly unwelcome. And then it has a cabin built on it, and a cabin that looks alive. It looks as if people are in there, the lights are on. And the cabin doesn't look like maybe a home forever, like the homes that I usually build. It looks like a temporary place because I felt like I was in a temporary place. The whale literally comes from pictures and drawings when we were on a whale watch, but it also comes from researching Pinocchio and Jonah and the whale. I always use mythology in my work and fairy tales, and I weave them into my consciousness and where I am in my world. I felt so unprepared for that stage of life, of raising teenagers, that this was a really concise way for me to articulate things. And I didn't even know where it would really end up. There were many, many drawings and many, many pages of writing about it. The piece evolved over about 8 months, and I'm in love with the piece. Every time I see it, I go back to that eye of the whale and communicating deeply with another soul, another being, not on a verbal level, but on an emotional level. That was what I was after. Using all those common, very decipherable images and objects combined in that precarious motion, that is and was the way I felt for a long time at home. And I think that toolbox is getting better and bigger for me as I am raising my teens, but it's still a complicated road. And thusly, the piece is complicated and unbalanced.